Hello there, Leo. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ariel, and this is your 2025 year-long tarot forecast. So sorry I'm getting these out just a little later than I would like to. We are already in the month of January in progress, and so there's already a lot of energies that have been going on, but I really wanted to get these out. They're going to be a 12-month spread where we're doing a couple cards for every month of the year of 2025 to give you some of your, energies and your overall theme for the year ahead. I hope you all are doing wonderful. I love my Leos, and I always enjoy reading for y'all. So let's see what we have. We're going to start out with a couple of oracle cards first to see what some main energies are for our lions and lionesses out there. And we have patience, Leo. Yes, absolutely. I believe this is a year that we all need to have a lot of patience with ourselves and each other for sure. I love that the sun is rising in this card. I love that we have this crane of longevity because it does remind us that all good things come to those who wait, to those who are patient, to those who take their time. So Leo, even if things seem a little slow, even if they feel a little heavy, this is a time to just say, be patient, good things are coming. You have a lasting power with this crane energy, the crane spirit coming through in this card. You do have a sense of longevity, and you are here for the long haul. And look at the back, look at underneath. We have the embracing card with a very similar bird. We have the white egret. So to me, this is gorgeous. It's reflected both in the beginning and the end card. And I feel like the more patient you are through this year, the more you're embracing your own energy, moving at your own pace here, Leo. So I really like seeing both of those coming up. Right now Mars is retrograde. We only get a Mars retrograde once about every 2 years. It started out in your sign, Leo, so you're definitely feeling that kind of a sense of backtracking and moving through things. And so be patient. Again, as we go through this, Mars comes out of retrograde at the end of February. We still have a good while to go with it. And so we're going to feel it. We're definitely going to feel it. It will go back through its shadow point. It will finally go back into your sign. And actually, let me get you a date for that because I always like using my little astrological guide, and I just got those. So let me give you an actual date for when Mars goes back into your sign. So yeah, it's in Cancer all through the month of March as we get out of that retrograde, and then it's going to move to the sign of Leo on April 17th. Yep, that's our day. April 17th is really when it's going to come full circle. No, 19th, sorry, yeah. So April 19th, Leo, that is when it will happen. And funny enough, that is right on the precipice of Taurus season. So we're going to be moving into, New Year energy at the end of March. That is our astrological New Year when the sun moves into Aries. And we also have our Chinese New Year coming up, the lunar year of the snake. So lots of new vibrations for this year. Let's get some numerology next for you and see what numbers come up for Leo. All right, so we have creativity. I love this bright yellow solar card. We also had that yellow in this card, so I really feel that's a good vibration for you. I think it's a very creative year for Leo. I mean, Leo's just a fantastic powerhouse of creativity anyway, but the number 3 brings that up even stronger. The number 3 is also the Empress card in the major arcana in the tarot, and she's a very creative, loving, abundant, making something manifest kind of energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the number 1 of new beginnings. So Leo, you might be starting a new awesome creative project this year. So stay open to that. Keep in mind that 2025, 2, 2, and 5 add up to a number 9. And number 9 in numerology is endings. It's closures, it's completions. And so even though, people all get excited over a new year and they say, oh, it's a new year, new energy. And I'm like, well, yes, it is, but it's also a lot of closure and a lot of things coming full circle. But for you, Leo, I feel that you have actually more new beginnings than most people will this year, just based on your card energy here. So let's get into your tarot. Like I said, we're going to pull a card for each month, so that's going to be 12 in all. And I am going to clarify each one of those. So give me just a moment to lay all of these out for you, and then we'll start working on reading them. And there's our Empress. Look at this. Look at all these golden cards for you. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love when the Oracle and the Tarot cards both tie in so beautifully. Yeah, you're definitely going to be working on something. You can definitely see it. So much golden card. All right. Yeah, you're going to need some rest by the end of this year. This year looks like it's going to be very busy for the Lions. So starting out, we're already in progress. January energy here, Leo, is the Empress card, ties directly into that number 3 of creativity. And so I feel like you are already starting your career very creatively. Like anything that you're doing for work, anything that you're bringing to the table, you bring a very creative, beautiful, aesthetic flair to it. You definitely put your personal stamp on anything that you're producing right now. If you're working with a Taurus or a Libra energy, or you have those in your chart, you may feel this one even stronger because the Empress does rule those signs. And we do have the 5 of Cups. And this one came up, I think it was really strongly for Gemini as well. Had the 5 of Cups a couple of times in the read. So I do feel for a lot of us, this is part of this number 9. We're letting go a lot of things. There's some definite closing out, right? There's a lot of things that are moving into the past so that we can embrace the things of the future. So as you're working, and this is very true, I think anytime you're creative and or intuitive, as you start to move and work on something new, it brings up things from the past, old emotions, old feelings. You may be working through those, but don't give up. Be patient with the process here, Leo, because there's a lot of healing that will happen as you're being more creative in the future and in the present. Going into the month of February, we do have the 6 of Cups, so there's definitely some nostalgia coming up, some sort of memories, maybe from childhood or the past. Some of it can be really sweet. It usually is with this card, but some of it could also be kind of triggering. So just a little kind of, heads up that you might be kind of looking at some things that make you go, oh, wow, I remember this. And it kind of makes me a little happy, maybe a little sad, maybe a little wistful. And it also reminds you like where you've come from. I feel like, with the Ace of Wands clarifying that, this is a passionate, bold new beginning coming through in the month of February. So it's kind of like out with the old, in with the new. It's like honoring and remembering where you came from and what you've had to go through to get there. But it's also saying, look, we can't live constantly in the past all the time. It's good to honor it. It reminds me of, there's a saying that I love. It's okay to look at the past as long as you don't stare, right? As long as you don't fixate on it totally and just stay in the past. It's all right to, glance back. It's all right to process it, but don't stay stuck in it. So, I think this is definitely a turning the page kind of month in February for you, Leo. Going into the month of March, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So I do feel this is a month of getting, those seeds planted in the ground. I think you're also looking at all the various projects or things that you have that you've been working on, and you're kind of deciding which one of these is worth, keeping, maybe which one of these are worth putting on the back burner. Deciding which ones are the most productive for you. So just, remember that, take a look at it. You might be kind of assessing your growth so far and seeing which plants are producing nicely and which ones might need to be cut off, right? It's a prioritization of your different projects. And you might have more than one creative project. Most Leos usually do. And we have the Four of Pentacles, right? Because you want to be a little bit more conservative, maybe with your resources and finances and budget. You know, you may not be able to fund every single thing that you want to do. I also think that, you know, the Four of Pentacles can be a little bit overly cautious. It's a Capricorn card. So just take that in. You know, Leo, you might be a little bit more cautious than you even need to be in March, but it's definitely a more like financially conservative month. You're being, you know, careful about how much you spend and how much you take in and what you're putting your resources into. Going into the month of April, as we're in Aries season, going into this, the 7 goes into the 8 of Pentacles, so I really feel like it's a very natural progression. I think you're feeling a little bit better, though, in the month of April. It's a good season for you. It's a fellow fire sign, so it definitely brings your energy back up. And I feel like that's when you really kind of start to get to work, right? It's like whatever you've been sort of, you know, contemplating or maybe rebalancing or saying, okay, which one do I really want to put my energy and time into? I think by April you have definitely decided what that is and you're going for it and you're going to do the very best work you possibly can. And then look at this, Leo. When you get a doubling up like that, that is like I said what I meant and I meant what I said. Yeah. So absolutely, April is a go-getter of a month for you. You are very focused on being at the top of your game, the best in your craft. If it's something more new to you, you're very focused on, you know, learning everything you can about it. So very nice concentrated energy for April. Moving into the month of May, I think you get a lot of success from whatever this is very quickly. Like it doesn't take a long time for you to get some recognition with the Six of Wands. This is a victory. Recognize success and achievement. Strong Leo energy. It's your own energy. So I feel like you're coming into a very nice vibration in that month of May for you. And May is also, to me, a very abundant month in general. It's Taurus season. So it's all about fertile ground, planting those seeds, watching those flowers bloom. It's just a nice time. And look at this, Leo. You could be celebrating something really big. You might be, you know, starting to look at purchasing your own home or somewhere you want to be. You might be, you know, just really coming into a relationship that's just going really well. Families, friends, all that kind of stuff. Love could be good. Work could be good. Just a general feeling of riding really high this month of May. Really beautiful. Going into the month of June, we have the Ace of Wands. So again, I feel like the energy just keeps coming for you. Ace of Wands is big, passionate, bold, new beginnings. So I feel like there's a lot of love. There's a lot of sexy energy here. You know, the Ace of Wands is definitely that like enthusiastic, frisky energy for sure. It's just feeling your enthusiasm coming back. Even if you felt kind of down, you know, for a little while at some point, like this is just a revival here. And we have our King of Pentacles. Yes. So this could even, for some Leos, this could be a new job. This could be a new, you know, venture, a new business you're starting for yourself even. You could be looking at new ways to invest or use your resources very strongly there. Moving into the month of July, we have the King of Cups. So to me, this is emotional maturity and stability. You could be feeling a lot more emotionally mature and stable. You could also be attracting or with someone that has that emotional maturity. You know, King of Cups can be very like Cancer energy, water sign energy. So it could be like a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that's in your life. Doesn't have to be, but they could have some strong water influence or kind of have that very, you know, emotionally mature, very emotionally wise kind of energy going on there. And we have the moon, so could definitely be a Cancer or Pisces. That's coming out really strong there. I would also say, right, with the moon, sometimes it's good to be patient. It's really, again, we get back to the patient card. Be patient. You might be with somebody that, even though they're very stable, they're really, generally really reliable, they might be a little moody this month. Or you might be if you have water elements in your own personal astrology chart. Just take it as it resonates, since these are general readings. But the moon is very, it's changeable a little bit. It's just like the moon. The moon is always there, but it's always showing us a little different side of itself. So be patient through the cycle this month. That's why a lot of times people say, when the moon card is present, you don't want to make huge, big decisions or bold moves, because, things might look a little different, once you work through that moon cycle. Going into the month of August here, we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, has a dubious reputation because many times it can indicate, concerns about people being deceitful, not always telling you the truth, you uncovering some sort of dishonesty or corruption. So, that can certainly be part of that. So always, when this comes up, I always keep my eyes open, I keep my ears open. I'm kind of like, all right, just make sure that's not what's going on. But it's also a card of changing tactics or what you're doing to achieve things in life. So with the Seven of Swords, you may very much feel that you would rather handle things diplomatically than have to fight somebody, right? It's like the Seven of Swords, he's stealing the swords from the enemy's camp so he doesn't have to go to battle with them and have to have a physical attack. So that may be part of what you're experiencing that month. And we have the Four of Wands. So, Leo, to me, this goes back a little bit to what I felt some of you might be looking at like a home, or maybe purchasing a home, or even thinking about renting or something like that. And so make sure you read all the fine print. If that is the case for you, make sure you're looking at all the fine details before you sign anything. Four of Wands is generally a very positive, wonderful card. It's about happy homecoming, celebrations, soulmate energy, all that nice stuff. But just make sure that you're looking at all the fine print, all the details before you get into any major contracts. Going into the month of September, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely something changing, moving forward, coming out of stagnation. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by the planet Jupiter. It does also include all of the fixed signs, yours being one of them. So Leo is certainly featured in this card. I would say that this is a month where things could start to move forward, especially if they had felt stagnant for a little while. Generally, the Wheel of Fortune is good luck. It's expansion. But sometimes it can be challenging too, because Jupiter it forces us to grow. It forces us to stretch. And sometimes those growing pains can be challenging. They can be difficult to navigate, even though it's always for our best and the outcome is definitely better. It can be a little challenging at first. So sometimes, with the Two of Wands, you could be looking at, well, what's my next move? Where am I going next? Am I going alone? Am I going with someone? What's the plan? You might be really saying, all right, I'm taking out my globe. I'm figuring out where I'm going next. But there's definitely some kind of portal or doorway opening here in your life. Going into the month of October, you may be drawing back a little bit from your usual social circle. You might be taking a little bit of time off with the Hermit card. This is a Virgo energy, so to me this is about having a little downtime, attending to your health, tending to your soul's needs, and also being very true to yourself, because he's following that lantern, his own inner light, his own inner truth. So just pay good attention to yourself in that month of October there, Leo. And we have the Queen of Cups. We have that King of Cups in there too. So definitely this is that more sensitive side of yourself, Cancer, Scorpio vibes. Yeah, October is definitely a hermity month. It's definitely paying attention to yourself. The only people I think you'll really want to hang out with are going to be those that are closest to you, that you truly deeply trust, that you can totally be yourself with. Otherwise, I think you're just going to want to hang on your own. I think you're just going to want to enjoy your own company that month. Because like you're a little more sensitive, and you can't handle anything that's not authentic or true. Yeah. going into the month of November, we do have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like that's definitely you coming back out of your shell. Once you do your hermit month, I think that you'll be out and about again. You may be planning travel. You may be taking some trips. Maybe looking for a little bit of adventure with the Knight of Wands for sure. And look at that with the Knight of Cups. It may be taking a trip either with a loved one or towards a loved one. You may be seeing someone that you haven't seen in a while, that you have an emotional connection with. For some of you, if you're single, it could be like moving towards a new relationship. But if you're already in one, you might be traveling with your partner for sure in that month of November. Like I said at the start of it, I said you're going to need some rest at the end of the year. We have got the Four of Swords. Definitely a month of rest, relaxation, taking some time out. You've been doing a lot this year. This, like I said, I just see this as being a very busy year for Leo. I love it though. I feel like it's a very dynamic year. There's quite a lot going on. But yeah, by the time the holidays arrive at the end of 2025, you're just like, I just want to sleep. You might even opt to just, you know, not travel, not do a whole lot of stuff during the holidays. You might just say, I just want to chill. I just want to chill. Yeah, look at this. The Seven of Swords has come out twice. So I do feel, Leo, you're definitely opting out of some things. And especially because we know we all have those challenging family members that can drive us a little crazy at the holidays. And I feel like this is you saying, you know, if it comes to like me having to sit down to some sort of dinner or family event with, you know, whatever, whoever that I know that I always have a bad time with, I'm not going to do it because, like I said, the Seven of Swords is opting for the more diplomatic approach and not engaging in the arguments. Really nice energy there for you, Leo. Definitely listen to your own self. Be patient with yourself and others throughout your process. It's a beautiful year of creativity and creative growth. I see so much potential here for you to just expand and reach like a whole new audience with whatever it is that you do. And we know Leos all have an audience. We know you do. Even if it's a small audience, you have one for sure. You have it. Leo always comes with an entourage. Absolutely. Let's get a blessing card on this year for you and wrap this reading up. And look at this, a blessing on your boundaries. You know, Gemini had this card as well. Very interesting. And I feel that in here for you, Leo. It's not maybe quite as strongly as I felt it for Gemini, but it's definitely coming up a few times in your reading that you're kind of standing up for yourself and putting your foot down. And I think that the further we get on our soul's journey, I swear, boundaries and you know, honoring ourselves and our own energy just become more and more important. I feel like if there are people or things or situations that just don't serve you, things that just infringe on your good energy, your creativity, your light, it's time to put those out to pasture. And it's, you know, we get the patience card. And what I feel with that is like, yes, be patient with yourself or others. But if someone just keeps disrespecting you, if you feel drained every time you've been in their presence, it's time. It's definitely time to put your foot down and go your own way, Leo. So have an amazing 2025. I hope it is amazing for all of you. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.